Namaste, Pranam, Hare Krishna. I'm so happy to share this amazing news with you. This Sunday, February 2nd, is Vasant Pancami. It is also called Sarasvati Puja. This day, why is it important? This day actually marks the change from winter to spring. It marks the end of winter time and start of springtime. What happens in spring? Most of us know. Spring means everything is flowering. Beautiful flowers come up and everything is fresh, glowing. So in springtime, especially on this day, on Vasant Panchami, Vasant means spring. So it indicates the start of spring, and on this day the goddess who is worshipped is the goddess of learning, goddess of wisdom, Goddess Saraswati. How is she worshipped? She is worshipped by making offerings of yellow flowers, yellow color clothes, and there is also in India they make a preparation called kesar halwa. In the kesar halwa, it gets a yellowish hue because they mix saffron in it, which gives it a yellowish hue. So this is how this day is celebrated. Many girls, they wear yellow dresses, and it's a very beautiful, colorful festival. How do we recognize Goddess Saraswati? There are so many goddesses. So how do you know who is Goddess Saraswati? She actually sits on a lotus flower. The lotus indicates her wisdom, her intelligence, and she travels on a swan. We know the qualities of a swan. Swan can discriminate between bad and good, between truth and untruth. That's the quality of a swan. So swan actually teaches us that as human beings we should have the ability to distinguish between truth and untruth, between good and bad, which is not so prominent these days among human beings. We know that. So this is something we can learn from the swan that carries Goddess Saraswati. Goddess Saraswati, she has 4 hands. What do those 4 hands indicate? Those 4 hands indicate intellect. Those 4 hands indicate alertness. Those 4 hands indicate the mind. These are the 4 things that are indicated by her 4 different hands. What does she carry in her hands? In 2 of her hands she holds a lotus flower and different scriptures. She is goddess of learning, of wisdom. And then in her other 2 hands she holds an instrument called veena. It is very similar to another instrument called sitar that we may have seen. I remember a historical incident that is mentioned in a very advanced spiritual text called Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. The incident is about a devotee of Goddess Saraswati. His name is Keshav Kashmiri Pandit. He was a Pandit, he was a learned sage, and he was very highly learned, very wise person. But what he was doing is, he was a little bit proud of his learning. So he would go and meet all different learned scholars in different parts of India, and he would debate with them. And he would defeat them in the debate, show him as a great learned scholar. He found out that there is a place called Navadvip, which is presently in the state of West Bengal. There he met up with Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit is a childhood name of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Who is Sri Krishna Chaitanya? Just to give you a little bit of background, because many people may not have heard about him. Sri Krishna Chaitanya is Lord Krishna who come as a bhakti yogi to teach people in this Kali Yuga how to practice bhakti yoga. And just like we know about Krishna and Balaram, so Sri Krishna Chaitanya, he comes with Nityananda. Chaitanya and Nityananda. That's like Krishna is Chaitanya and Nityananda is Balaram. So Nityananda Trayodasi is on February 9. that is also a Sunday, and it is a very big festival to celebrate the appearance day of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. We will be speaking about that festival on February 9. So please stay tuned in. Coming back to February 2nd, Vasant Pancami. So Sri Krishna Chaitanya, whose childhood name is Nimai, he was a very small child at that time, but even in his childhood he was very learned, and everyone knew him for his intelligence, for his wisdom. So Keshav Kashmiri Pandit got in a debate with this child, Nimai Pandit, and he was defeated by him. And what did he do? He got very dejected, and he approached Goddess Saraswati, and he asked her, how is it that I am such a great learned scholar who has blessings of you, the goddess of wisdom, goddess of learning, and I was defeated by such a small child? How did that happen? Guess what was the response of Goddess Saraswati? She responded saying that the small child you are thinking about he is even my master. I worship him. He is known different from Krishna. He is actually Krishna who come to teach people Bhakti Yoga. So I would suggest you to go back to him and surrender yourself to him and pray for his mercy. Because Keshav Kashmiri Pandit, he worshipped Goddess Saraswati, so he followed her instruction. He surrendered himself to Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he prayed for his mercy, and he is known as a great devotee for doing that. What do we learn from Keshav Kashmiri Pandit? First thing, we should not be proud of whatever we have learned. Second thing is that we should learn from him. No matter how great a scholar we are, how learned we are, we still do not know as much as Lord Krishna or Lord Chaitanya know. Therefore, we should surrender ourselves. We should study this wisdom given by them, especially the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, the great text spoken by Lord Krishna himself. Goddess Saraswati also gives wisdom, also gives knowledge. But the knowledge that she gets her knowledge from Lord Krishna. And that's why she told Keshav Kashmiri that even he is my master, I worship him, I learn from him, so you should surrender to him. So we should also learn from this incident. We should take knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is even a graduate study to Bhagavad Gita. And then of course Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, where this history is mentioned. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he re-inaugurated the chanting of Hare Krishna little over 500 years ago when he took an avatar in this world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'm sure many of you have heard this mantra. So we should take advantage of this day of Vasant Pancami, February 2nd, and we should meditate on these ideas, on these incidents, and learn from them. One other quality I want to share is we can also see Goddess Saraswati riding on a peacock. Peacock also indicates big ego. When one is very learned, one can be very egoistic. But by having actual knowledge, one becomes humble. One can only overcome false ego by developing true knowledge, spiritual knowledge. In the world these days we see there is so much knowledge, but there is not a lot of people who have a very high spiritual knowledge. And therefore we see there are so many problems in society these days. People, they are so dissatisfied, there is so much stress, there are so many people who are into depression. So we should understand this is because of the imbalance of material and spiritual knowledge. We can see there are so many educational institutes. What are they teaching? They are just teaching people how to focus on economic growth. But has that made many people happy and satisfied in their life? So many people are wealthy, but they are suiciding. Why? Because they are not happy inside. So there is a lack of balance of spiritual and material. Therefore, on this day, we can pray to Goddess Saraswati, we can pray to Sri Radha and Krishna, we can pray to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, to help us find this balance in our lives so we can all live a very happy, peaceful, satisfactory life. So these are some thoughts I wanted to share with all of you. And often remember to make kesar halwa. It's a very delicious preparation. You want to have a sweet festival. So remember, this is a very beautiful, very wonderful, very lively festival. And actually, last point I would like to share is all this yellow color on this day. What does it show? It actually indicates the brilliance of nature and vibrancy of life. We all want light in our life. We all want vibrant energy in our life. So this is a great day to meditate on these things and even learn from nature. We can have this sunshine, this yellow glowing light in our life by taking knowledge from Goddess Saraswati, from Sri Chaitanya, Sri Nityananda and Sri Radha and Krishna. So I wish you all the best. I hope you receive lots of blessings from Goddess of Learning, Goddess of Wisdom, Goddess Saraswati and Sri Radha and Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada, who brought this wisdom of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to the whole world. So very, very happy Vasant Pancami. And remember, we don't want to have little knowledge, because we know this phrase, little knowledge is dangerous, but full knowledge is very beneficial. It's beneficial for everyone. So let's become beneficial parts of the society we are living in and not be dangerous parts of the society by having little knowledge. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.